Alright, prepare your minds for this one. If you're a pistol builder, then I might just blow your senses because this show is just all jam-packed with good stuff. This topic has been in the running for about a year now, so I hope you really enjoyed this exclusive. And I know that a lot of y'all have been waiting for this one. IPSC builders, speed softers, mill simmers. This countdown just applies to everyone because the platform is just too good to drop. This is the top 10 high Capa builds. This one took forever to get together, so if you end up liking the show, then please spank a like down below to really show your support. And if we could break 500 likes in a day, then I'd greatly appreciate it as it really helps me out now. Okay, so let's get right into this at number 10 with my favorite Texas Speedsoft team. Nice Guys Airsoft with team member Job and his TM based Capa. Alright, where are my metalheads at? You can't go disrespecting Slayer with some cheap WE tech. Nah, Job made sure to hook this thing up with all the good stuff. On the outside I can see an Angel Custom outer barrel, an Airsoft Masterpiece slide, a 5KU charging handle and magwell, a UAC grip, an Armory Works trigger, slide catch, hammer, mag release, grip safety, thumb safety, an Angel Custom spring guide, and a matrix compensator. But on the inside, the only upgrades you will be able to find is a UAC lightweight nozzle housing, so the cost came out to about $450 for this setup. But then again, the TM high Capa is already reliable, so what else would you want to upgrade internally? Oh, just you wait. North Texas is also representing in today's show thanks to another player I've had on my channel. Meet Mr. Donnie and his one-of-a-kind purple slide-equipped TM Gold Match. This piece had some help by some friends of mine in Houston under the name Gas Blowback Customs, and oddly I'm wearing one of their shirts right now behind the microphone. The slide color scheme and gold accents match the colors of the school that Donnie teaches, so this Tokamuri acts as the mascot for the airsoft club that he runs at the school. Now Donnie kept the cost low at $385, but he did include some good parts like a gold Airsoft Masterpiece guide rod, an APS skeletonized barrel, an Airsoft Masterpiece magwell, UAC gold mag base plates, a gold Armory Works slide stop, a UAC buffer set, and a 150% recoil spring. A small list of upgrades to some builders out there, but as Donnie told me, I love the high Capa for its tinkering potential. It's easy to strip and easy to work on, but has a lifetime worth of potential to explore as a platform. So with that, I'd say that this purple beauty has a lot more in store for its future. Now moving along to number 8, it's Kieran of Steel City Airsoft team from the UK with his primary that just so happens to be an Armory Works silver high Capa. You might have a friend or a teammate who only runs pistols while you take your rifle of choice into every game. And Kieran would be that pistols only player. Speed QB is this player's game, so his parts list will extend fast trigger responses and weight loss. So Kieran's parts list includes an Armory Works grip, an Airsoft Surgeon magwell, Tokamuri safety switches, KGW sights, a TM slide catch, the original silver slide from AW, a CNC adapter for the silver muzzle brake, an elite loading nozzle, a TM upgraded blowback housing, a 4.3 guide rod, UAC buffers, and a 140% loading spring to set the cost of this build to $400 US. I don't think I really need to mention this, but you are going to see some Speedsoft guns in this show. But in case you don't know, the high Capa is the pistol of choice when it comes to these players. Upgrades are plentiful, and you can do pretty much anything to characterize them out to your preference. You can practically build a high Capa to fit your playstyle perfectly. And with that said, there's more eye candy to eat up, so let's move on to the 7th spot. Frank of Los Angeles is taking this rank with another Tokamuri Gold Match 5.1 high Capa. But now I have the completely built guns. For this 5.1, the externals are subtle but effective, like the GSB GVC limited slide, front and rear steel fiber sights, steel grip safety, steel thumb safety, black magwell, the AIP gold spring plug and aluminum hammer pad, UAC gold outer barrel, and the Figgy custom stippled grip. Then the rest of the $850 budget went to the internals that consist of a GSB brass hopup, a GSB blowback housing, a WE loading nozzle, a Garter 150% recoil and hammer spring, a UAC sear spring, an AM gold guide rod and short stroke buffers, a nineball 6.0 power barrel and purple bucking with an AIP 120% nozzle spring. This high Capa has been overhauled from the inside, and this is another nail in the coffin for why the high Capa is so good. As Frank told me, you can get a high amount of aftermarket parts that you can buy. You can build a high Capa to look like one of your friends or someone else's, but it would always be unique to you. And that's where we're going to wrap up the number 7 spot. At number 6 now, I hope you like bubblegum or just the color pink, because here comes Tim of California with yet another gold match. On the outside, this builder included a custom Cerakote all around the frame and many Airsoft Masterpiece parts like a PT open kit, a new grip and thumb safety, an Easy Seymour mount, a CNC brass hop-up chamber with steel arm and wheel, a steel valve knocker and hammer sear, and then there's the Airsoft Surgeon flat puzzle trigger. Next up are more high-end parts like the Airsoft Surgeon enhanced loading nozzle, an AIP hammer protection pad and steel grip screws, an Elite Shooting UK CNC aluminum grip with extended magazine releases and magwell, a Garter enhanced recoil spring, a PDI 6-inch 6.01 stainless steel inner barrel with the PDI W-hold hop-up rubber and maple leaf eye key, a UAC floating valve and competition leaf spring, and finally a replica Seymour sight to finish things off. But these parts didn't come cheap. $1,100 was spent here, and that's going to trigger a few non-addicted players out there. I can already read the comments asking why anyone would spend that much money on a fake gun when they can go and buy a real one. But if you've been in the game for as long as I have, then you tend to just blur that stuff out. But wait, why get upset about someone spending their own $1,000 on an airsoft pistol when there's Richard who dropped $2,000 on this rock-solid build? Now I know it's not all about the money that was spent on a piece of work, but I just like causing some people headaches by reading price tags out. As you could expect, this Canadian builder has some pricey parts that make up this Capa, which he uses for CQB games, like an Airsoft Masterpiece Infinity R-Cut Slide Tracker Hybrid Standard Kit, an Airsoft Surgeon Slide Catch, QB Hammer Set, Skater Terrain Gray Grip and Puzzle Trigger, a Nova Steel Thumb Safety and Steel Beaver Tail, both in silver, with a Nova Steel mag release, a Shooter's Design Hotshot magwell, a 9-ball gas pedal in silver, a steel trigger bar, and a pair of AIP fiber front and rear sights. Then inside, Richard has a slew of UAC parts, like an enhanced hop-up unit, 70-degree bucking, ultralight BBU, aluminum nozzle, 125% nozzle spring, and a 125% hammer spring. Then we have a 6.01 PDI inner barrel, an Airsoft Masterpiece competition disconnector set, an AIP 125% guide rod spring, an Airsoft Masterpiece steel guide rod, and the 9-ball buffer short stroke set. Something about that grip just really makes this high Capa look really beefy. Like if you drop this pistol, it'd probably do more damage to the floor or earth you dropped it onto than the amount of damage done to the pistol itself. Yet another great setup coming from the country of Canada, and I'm happy I got the chance to show it off here at the 5th spot. Moving along, I know I'm not allowed to judge these countdowns so as to keep it as unbiased as possible, but I can't deny that I love the look of this next build from California. Another builder from Cali. Well, this is Kevin with his Union Virus Gold Plague. Nothing but a gorgeous competition dominator. Okay, so this little piece comes from the Union Speedsoft team out of Tax City, where this little monster does work. Now while I'm here, I better mention that I'll be leaving all the parts lists from the builds of 5 to 1 in the description, which includes this builder's parts list, which starts off with the externals. Kevin starts his list with a custom anodized Airsoft Masterpiece Limecat Slide, UAC black fixed threaded outer barrel, UAC black compensator, a Gunsmith Bros brass hop-up unit with a brass hop-up wheel with a Maple Leaf 60-degree Decepticon bucking. Now that sounds really cool. He also added a 9-ball 6.0 power barrel, UAC ultra lightweight blowback housing, a stock TM nozzle, an AIP short stroke kit, an AIP 120% nozzle spring, an AIP 120% recoil spring, a UAC fiber optic sight kit, a TM gold match lower frame, a Figgy Chaos stippled grip, a UAC hair trigger leaf spring, a gold adjustable trigger and steel hammer, a gold Gunsmith Bros Infinity magwell and slide catch, a TLR HL1, a green SpeedQB light filter, silver TM mags, and some WE extended mags, with some gold Infinity Airsoft Masterpiece base plates with CQB Russian HPA tabs, and then 9-ball gaskets to round all those magazines off. And for $800, I can completely agree with this build. Maybe it's just on how well done the photos are, but this is probably my favorite build on the list so far when it comes to looks. And I'm sure that gun gamers and the guys at the SpeedQB YouTube channel would agree that this is a good looker. But moving on to number 3, we have to continue with the modded Beyond Return builds. And this one comes from Belgium. Say hello to Christoph and his 5.1 that's just about 90% Airsoft Masterpiece filled. Getting right into the parts, this fast-paced CQB gun is named the Chameleon and is 100% built with no donor gun to build off from, just like the remaining builds you'll see at number 2 and 1. As for the Airsoft Masterpiece parts, we have a Limecat Wildcat Edition Perfect Sight Standard Kit, an aluminum grip with cutout Infinity logos, an AM magwell, steel grip safety, steel thumb safety, steel slide stop, an Airsoft Masterpiece hopup unit, an aluminum trigger, steel trigger ring, steel sear spring, Airsoft Masterpiece safety spring plug set, an ultra low blowback housing, a steel disconnector and valve knocker combo, and finally an Airsoft Masterpiece CNC steel hammer and sear set. But then on the list I see an AIP cocking handle, a UAC fiber optic front sight, an Adipot 90° Seymour mount, a CM Seymour red dot, a PDI 6.01 112mm precision barrel, a UAC 90° bucking, an AIP loading nozzle, a UAC 125% nozzle spring, an AIP hammer protection pad, a GLP recoil dampening kit to short stroke the pistol, a UAC high-speed recoil spring, and a UAC hammer power tuner kit. Then the custom anodized light green sections change tone in whatever light it's placed in, hence the Chameleon nickname. And I'm sure that this look was well worth the $1,500 that was dropped to make this high Capa a reality. And in my own personal opinion, I really like the look of this one. Alright, this countdown episode became 10 minutes long way too fast, but then again after seeing the long lists I've been reading out, I guess I can understand. Now it's time to rip into the top 2 builds for his countdown, but don't forget about hitting that dirty like button if you like this episode, as it took quite a long time to put this one together. And if we can get over 500 likes in a day, then that would be awesome. Alright Andy, how about another feature? How many times have you claimed a spot now? Like 4 or 5 times? This builder just keeps coming back for more and more, and I enjoy it when I get to show off one of his builds. This time we have a stainless 4.3 that's been completely built up, which means there's a lot of Airsoft Masterpiece and UAC parts inside and out. But I wouldn't expect anything less from Andy Y. For the AM parts, Andy threw on a triangle cut slide, an advanced CV frame, an infinity grip, a Type 10 trigger, a .38 Superfix outer barrel, a 2-inch Type 3 compensator, an infinity CV steel hammer, an easy set RMR mount, an infinity mag AM brass hopup unit, a steel hopup spring, and an Airsoft Masterpiece steel trigger bar plate to wrap up the AM parts. Then for the UAC list, we have a UAC leaf spring, a high flow valve, a UAC BBH, an aluminum nozzle valve blocker with the UAC nozzle valve, UAC shock buffers, a UAC hammer power tuner kit, a 120% loading nozzle spring, and a high speed recoil spring, a GLP slide wrecker V4L, a 9-ball wide hop-up bucking, a 9-ball 7-inch 6.0 inner barrel, and a 9-ball Hans magazine lip seal to complete the rest of this parts list for this build. The big surprise for me when it comes to Andy Y's build is the relatively low cost at around $875, when I would expect this to be easily worth over $1,000. But when you can, build smart, not wastefully. And Andy wanted to say that without USAirsoft, he wouldn't be here. He wanted to say a big thanks to me for making Airsoft so interesting. But do I really make Airsoft interesting? I'm just a half white, half Mexican Galil fanboy, I thought. But alright, I'll take that compliment. Thanks Andy for another amazing build that I'm proud to show off here. So finally, after a week of writing script, taking in parts list, and taking in the judges' votes and preferences, I'm here at number 1. This spot has been held by 2 high Capas before, and I'm sure if you've watched the Airsoft Top Series for a while now, then you remember these 2 very well. I still can't get over the Thanos build by Cloud Airsoft. But now it's time for Orlando, Florida to take the number 1 spot thanks to Alex of Capa Customs LLC. This is the Helios. Built completely from aftermarket upgrades, there isn't a single base gun part on the Helios. And this one was built for full auto bursts of 87.8 rounds a second. And no, that's not some over-exaggerated keyword that someone's going to throw into a title of any video. This professional builds and sells some amazing work, and this one was the piece he couldn't resist but to turn in for this episode. Furthermore, Alex spent quite a bit to build the Helios, and here's what he added. First, we have an Airsoft Masterpiece 4.3 steel guide rod, an AM buffer set, a UAC stainless steel outer barrel, an Airsoft Masterpiece advanced frame with custom engravings and custom anodizations. Then there's more Airsoft Masterpiece parts like the aluminum grip, steel hammer assembly, the sear spring, the Infinity SV gold hammer, the brass hop-up unit, the ultralight BBU, the stainless steel grip safety, the stainless steel thumb safety, a new puzzle trigger, the PT 4.3 slide, and an Airsoft Masterpiece base plate. Or base plates, I'm sure there's more than one. Then Alex went on to custom CNC cut the AIP stainless steel slide stop and thumb rest before adding a 9-ball bucking, an AIP nozzle set, an Orga 4.3 Type 4 inner barrel, and then he finished up with an AIP 140% spring set to conclude this $1,300 top spot holder. To claim this spot, the judges added bonus points for showing the Helios in action at 87 rounds a second, then gave it high merits for being a complete build without a donor gun. Of course, all the high quality parts added a bit of boost, just like how the looks did, and altogether you have yourself a top spot holder, and I hope you agree with its rank. There were so many builds to take in this time around, like the Black Plug from the Union Speedsoft team and Tim's Bubblegum gun that stood out to me, but builders like Alex, Christoph, and Andy really showed off their skills from building something from nothing. Now I have more shows on the way, including a top 5 video game themed airsoft loadouts and an episode 2 of the top 10 airsoft paint jobs show. So if you'd like to submit for either of those shows, then be sure to either follow me on Instagram for details or find me on Facebook with the links in the description. Also, let me know about any of your thoughts about the builds that you saw here today, or if you think that someone else should have taken the top spot. The comments are open like they always are for your thoughts, so let me hear them. But until our next video drops from the city of San Antonio, this has been Scott Hollenbeck thanking you all for 62,000 subscribers, and I'll be sure to see you all next time.